A brand new weekly challenge. It's the Ghost Town. Let's see what lies in store. Parking lot. Find the loot and get out. Now, Merle is our leader. Not somebody that I typically tend to rate. However, if that total damage increase also includes charge attacks, then maybe he's got some value. Definitely not an A tier, super leader, goat of all time. But maybe he's got his uses. I'm going to give him that. Blue Vortex Nail Gun, it ignites things, it cripples them as well. Shane is coming along, giving him the old Blaze Guard as well. Obviously, there's a new one that we can earn with the seasonal pass. I'm looking forward to that. He's here partly for fun and partly because he's part of my daily challenge. So, Yumiko, she's coming along just so that we get more shots in as well. Blizzard Pistol. And what we're interested in is just seeing what's in store, really, for this weekly challenge. What's funny is that actual ghosts would feel completely out of keeping with the rest of The Walking Dead, although you'd be like, well, zombies are sort of ghosts-ish. Just that they've got a body. Anyway, so this is a mission where what we could have done perhaps is bring Glenn along. We'd be able to search these a lot more quickly. These are all very close together. So we would be able to... Pardon me. Again, the flow of the video getting slightly interrupted by a phone call. At least it wasn't spam this time. Now, what am I doing here? I'm making sure that everything that I search is safe. This and this, they're glowing red. So that means bad guy's going to appear. Now what do we got here? Yeah, you can't reach anyone, so I'm not actually concerned by you. But it is worth bearing in mind that if you're going to search either of the vans, and again you'll be able to see because the back doors are glowing red, search either of the vans, you're sure for a big surprise. Something's going to jump out at you and try and get you, so be wary of that. Glenn's a great choice. Obviously, you can search those, including the vans, search all of the cars, and still have an action left, so not a bad choice. And let's just have another quick look at Merle's leadership trait. Does everyone in the team gain a damage boost? If so, that's pretty handy. But yeah, before you open the ones that are trapped, make sure that your team is in position. Make sure that they have action points so that they can react to whatever comes at them. And then quickly skedaddle to the green bar. If you are struggling, then don't forget there's a threat counter there. Negating that by using quiet weapons or weapons that reduce the threat might be able to help you out if you find yourself getting swamped, especially on the later missions. Fairly small map, but even then, weapons that could cripple or ensnare, that could slow those walkers down, is useful. Main road, get to the end of the street. As a leader, each member of your team gains this bonus. Good. The wording matters. For a lot of characters, if they're, say, a scout, warrior, or bruiser, their leadership trait only affects scout, warriors, or bruisers. Very often, if they are ranged, their effects will only affect ranged characters. So you kind of want to be careful of that wording. Now this is one of those interesting ones. Let's get you gone, actually. Yeah, let's do this and let's just get to that door as soon as possible. So we've got a twitching corpse pile there. Got a twitching corpse pile there. We've got a threat counter as well, so you can wind up with a lot of enemies before you know it. Want to get some kills with Shane. While you're opening that door, somebody is inactive. But as I have often said, if you have Yumiko on your team, that person who is opening the door can still contribute. Because if Yumiko is stood next to them, and the person interacting with the object, in this case the gate, can see and is in range of whatever Yumiko is shooting at, they will also shoot. Any leadership trait that the person has, if they're the leader, will still will still be put onto the rest of the members of the team. So if it's somebody like Connie, she could be opening the door. If you cuddle up next to her, you'll still get the benefit of better together. So just getting a couple of kills with Shane there. This is a pretty tricky one. Don't forget though that the object is to open the gate and get to the green bar. You don't have to kill everything in your way. So what you might find is that tools like flares are useful. Supports like Walker Mike or the Whisperer's Mask, they can distract walkers or let you just get past them. Characters like Huntsman Daryl or Beta are not at risk of being attacked by walkers when they go past them, although of course Beta cannot herd tanks, and there's a couple of tanks on that mission. If you're finding it a struggle, think of ways to keep the threat counter down, although of course you're still going to have to put up with walkers coming at you every single time from those twitching corpse piles. That is one mission where I think that haste is more valuable than patience. Get to that green bar as soon as you can, however you can. Sunday traffic, see if there's any supplies in the area. You know what, we're just getting so many searchy missions. The Glenmeister is coming with us. I don't know if there's a threat counter here. Shane. I want to swap things up. And you know what I haven't used for a very long time? The old harpoon gun. This used to be a classic. This used to be an all-time guaranteed auto take. And I haven't used it for a very long time. Let's bust it out. Okay, we can search this with impunity. There is not a red sort of sheen on it, therefore it is not trapped. Oof. I've got to say, actually, that I'm seeing the benefit of Merle's leadership trait here. We seem to be killing stuff pretty easily. Now, yes, we aren't very far into the weekly challenge. Absolutely, that's something you can definitely say. But still, it's noticeable that these things are dying to sort of one hit when by this point already they would start taking a little bit more to actually take them out. Glowing red car there. We know that something's up. Let's kill him with Glenn. Let's make it so that that threat counter is being reduced. And I'll say it again. I think the damage that we're causing with Merle's leadership trait is noticeable. Maybe he ain't that bad a hero after all. Okay, so we searched that. Why didn't we search the van? Say it with me now. It was glowing red. That means that a trap would have been sprung. So you can make a point of searching the safe locations first. You know, those car trunks, just those plain old car trunks. And then maybe risking the ones where the trap is sprung, or just do them in order, just so that you are getting through the mission as quickly as possible. Again, it has a threat counter, so use silent weapons or ones that reduce threat. That's a good idea. There we go. A few little Merle tokens there as well. I think I'm wondering just how good a team of, say, Merle, Yumiko, and Mercer might be on high levels. Certainly not as good as, say, Outlaw Negan, Yumiko Mercer, Connie, Yumiko Mercer, but he's definitely giving a boost to the damage, so they, might be a good bet. See if there's anything worth grabbing in the area. Does anyone else feel like maybe this could have been a set of missions that had Glenn as the star hero? There's a lot of searching going on here. Oh, this one gets to be a real flippin' nightmare when you go up in difficulty. Oof. Nice kill there. And I think even the damage from the explosions from Shane's explosive bullets is being increased as well. Kind of enjoying having Merle as a leader. I never would have thought I would have said that. The boost that he provided always seemed fairly negligible, but... And again, we're not at a high difficulty at the moment, not yet. But normally we wouldn't be one-shotting things so easily. Plus, there's no percentage chance of his leadership trait kicking in. It's just there. You hit a target, regardless of who it's with, regardless of what it is, you're causing more damage. There's no conditions to it. Even with Connie, you have to make sure that you end your turn cuddled up to her to get the benefits of her damage increase that's part of her better together leadership trait. With Merle, you can move around wherever you want, you've got complete freedom. You are causing more damage. You just are. That's pretty great. Moving swiftly on. Barbecue. Kill all walkers. Okay, now this one doesn't have a threat counter. I think Yumiko's a great choice for this one. We're probably going to be wanting to ignite things. Shane. Because it looks cool. Using Jadis' CRM rifle. So this is a great one. It's great for farming XP. Because everything here is big and scary. Make sure that you're bringing some weapons that will cripple or ensnare your targets. If you haven't got many of those, then, bring dog along. Bring some flares or something that will otherwise distract or slow these guys down. Because there are a couple that start not right next to you, but they'll be able to get you if you don't kill them quickly. So you need to be able to distract them or whatever you can do to delay them. Then the rest of them are sort of hiding here. I think they've just been using those sun loungers. You can see, have a much better idea of where they are by just looking carefully for the little sort of vibration kind of things. And that will show you, that will give you a much better idea of where they're moving about. Everything is a tank on this mission. So you better be prepared to take down walkers with a lot of health. Because they're tanks, again, nice quick mission that gives you plenty of XP. That's very nice to have. And of course, while there's a seasonal event on, don't forget to check out your daily challenges, your daily quests, I think they're called. Don't forget to get at least 610 stars on the weekly challenge. That's the point at which seasonal event tokens are given out. SWAT, clear the area. Okay, Glenn is actually useful again on this one. Bless him. Okay, so we've given... I actually do want to use that as well. So we've given this weapon to somebody who is a lower level than Shane. Therefore, there are limits to what he can be equipped with. That's what that was. It's worth bearing in mind when you're upgrading your equipment who is going to be able to use what because of those conditions. No point in you having Michonne's cat because you can't earn charge points when you're using the Blaze Guard. Can't wait to get the new one from the seasonal event. No, from the premium survival pass, sorry. No, I don't really want to use a charge point there. We're making some noise, aren't we? We do have a threat counter. I knew that there was a threat counter on this. I'd say the noise is worth it. Yeah, I don't really want you guys bothering me, so let's just take those guys out. Yeah, we're making tons of noise. I know we are. Let's do this. No. There's always a chance when you use Michonne's cat that you will get a charge point for your teammates. That would have been pretty flippin' nice because, well, this is what we've got. How about we use the cookie and see what we get with that? Beautiful. Oof. Glenn, the whirling dervish of destruction. Yeah, so this is a tricky one because you've got a threat counter that sort of pings over pretty quickly. So being quiet is a good idea, especially on the higher difficulty settings if you're finding yourself swamped with walkers. You've got 4 armored walkers that you must deal with. And then you've got to open the back door of that SWAT van. And you've got 4 more armored walkers that you've got to deal with. Glenn is we're only having one instance where we're making the most of Glenn's leadership trait, his ability to interact with something and still have action points, but it can count for a lot. What I might recommend, if you still want Merle as the star leader on there, you could have Connie and you could have Glenn. You can make sure that you're fully charged up. You might want to keep some things on hand which might distract the walkers, like a flare or something, so that if you don't kill them straight away, when they burst out of that van, at least you can make it so that they're not chewing on you. Those armored walkers that start on the map, they're not going to do anything until you start messing with them. So they limit how far you could advance in the mission, but they're not going to go for you unless you start something. Parking lot, find the loot and get out. Are we back at the start? I think we are. Have we done this one? Yeah, we did. Tell you what, we'll open that van and we'll just see what comes out, just so that you know what to expect. Extra little bonus mission for this particular video. Let's reduce some threat. Let's search. Just in case we don't have the juice to kill that guy, we're not going to risk it with Glenn. Whoa. Perfect target for Shane there. Again, we're not opening this one because we can see that it's glowing red. Let's get our guys in position, shall we? Yeah, I think that'd be good. Let's just see what pops out of here. Just some standard walkers. Okay, nothing too scary. But of course, they will be your undoing if you are not prepared for them. That's it. These walkers, a little easier to deal with because they pop out from a distance. You just want to make sure that you don't have any of your team members hanging around those points where they appear when they come onto the map. Okay, so there we go. That's Ghost Town. This is a bit more of a fun set of missions. I think last week, yeah, kind of had fun, but I think that this is a more interesting, more fun, bit of a brisker sort of set of missions as well. Sometimes when Guild Wars is on, that distracts people from doing the weekly challenge, but hopefully you and your guild get an absolutely amazing score and have a lot of fun doing it as ever. And that's it for this video. Hope to catch you on the next one.